In the shadows of our society, a dark and harrowing reality persists, one that often goes unnoticed by those who are fortunate enough to live in the light. Sexual slavery, a term that evokes horror and disbelief, is a grim reality for millions around the world. It is a complex web of exploitation, rooted deeply in systemic issues that span cultures, economies, and societies. To understand this atrocity, we must peel back the layers and confront the uncomfortable truths that lie beneath. At the heart of sexual slavery is a fundamental violation of human rights, where individuals, often children, are treated as commodities to be bought, sold, and exploited. The roots of this abhorrent practice can be traced to poverty, lack of education, and social instability. In many regions, families struggling to survive may find themselves in desperate situations, where the promise of a better life can lead to tragic outcomes. Traffickers prey on vulnerability, luring children away from their homes with false promises of jobs, education, or a brighter future. The reality, however, is far more sinister. Once ensnared, these children are stripped of their identities, forced into a life of servitude, and subjected to unimaginable horrors. The locations where this crime flourishes are as varied as the stories of its victims. Urban centers, with their anonymity and bustling populations, often serve as hotspots for trafficking. Yet rural areas are not immune. Isolation can make children more susceptible to predators. Countries with weak law enforcement, political instability, and widespread corruption become breeding grounds for traffickers. Regions like Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and parts of Africa are particularly vulnerable, but no corner of the globe is untouched. The International Labor Organization estimates that around 4.8 million people are trapped in forced sexual exploitation, a staggering figure that represents just a fraction of the true scale of the problem. The numbers are chilling, but behind each statistic lies a human being, a child with dreams, hopes, and a right to a life free from fear. The prognosis for these victims is grim. Many endure physical and psychological trauma that can last a lifetime. The scars of their experiences often manifest in ways that are invisible to the outside world, leading to a cycle of despair that is difficult to break. The stigma surrounding sexual exploitation further isolates survivors, making it challenging for them to reintegrate into society. They are often seen as damaged goods, their worth diminished by the very society that failed to protect them. Yet, amidst this darkness, there is a flicker of hope. Awareness is the first step toward prevention. Education plays a crucial role in empowering communities to recognize the signs of trafficking and to understand the tactics used by predators. By fostering an environment where children are informed about their rights and the dangers that lurk, we can begin to dismantle the systems that allow sexual slavery to thrive. Schools, community organizations, and families must work together to create safe spaces for children where they can learn, grow, and thrive without fear. Legislation is another vital component in the fight against sexual slavery. Governments must take a stand, enacting and enforcing laws that protect the most vulnerable among us. This includes not only punishing traffickers, but also providing support for survivors. Comprehensive rehabilitation programs can help victims reclaim their lives, offering counseling, education, and vocational training. By investing in these initiatives, we can break the cycle of exploitation and empower survivors to become advocates for change. Collaboration is key. Non-governmental organizations, law enforcement, and communities must unite in this battle. Sharing resources, knowledge, and strategies can amplify the impact of prevention efforts. International cooperation is essential, as trafficking often crosses borders, requiring a coordinated response that transcends national boundaries. By working together, we can create a global network of support that holds traffickers accountable and protects the innocent. Technology, too, can be a powerful ally in this fight. The internet, while a tool for connection and information, can also be a breeding ground for exploitation. However, it can also be harnessed to raise awareness, share resources, and connect victims with support services. Social media campaigns, online education programs, and digital reporting tools can empower individuals to take action and report suspicious activities. By leveraging technology, we can create a more informed and vigilant society, one that refuses to turn a blind eye to the suffering of others. As we confront the reality of sexual slavery, we must also challenge the societal norms that perpetuate this cycle of exploitation. The objectification of individuals, particularly women and children, in media and culture, contributes to a mindset that devalues human life. By promoting messages of respect, consent, and equality, we can begin to shift the narrative and create a culture that prioritizes the dignity of every person. This cultural shift is not just a moral imperative. It is essential for dismantling the systems that allow sexual slavery to persist. In the end, the fight against sexual slavery is not just about numbers or statistics. It is about people. It is about the children whose lives have been stolen, whose futures have been shattered. It is about the resilience of survivors who, despite the odds, rise to reclaim their lives. It is about the collective responsibility we share as a society to protect the most vulnerable among us. Together, we can shine a light on this dark reality, confront the uncomfortable truths, and work tirelessly to create a world where every child can grow up free from fear, free from exploitation, and free to pursue their dreams. The journey is long, but with awareness, education, and unwavering commitment, we can pave the way for a brighter future.